Hi guys, welcome to Radioactive Sound Studios. We got another gear review for you. The Nektar PanoRama P6 Complete Workflow Midi Controller. It's one of my favorites. I love this keyboard. Nektar really did it up really good. Just want to go over a few features and just do a review on it because I haven't done a review on it. So I decided to just pull her out and just do a review on her. This thing is just absolutely amazing. And my DAW of choice is Reasons, of course. Now, the Nektar P6 has several different functions, and it's a complete overall DAW support controller. I mean, just simply amazing. Nektar just pretty much has control over the entire DAW, especially when it comes to me doing different routing and different assigning possibilities and stuff like that. This thing is just amazing off the top. So let's just give a brief overlook of the Nektar itself. Just an amazing, gorgeous controller. Total DAW support. I just want to come at y'all guys with a little quick tutorial because the next time you're going to see it plugged up in action, you already seen it already in action. I did a couple of keys over the top. I just wanted to do a standalone review on it to show y'all guys all about the Nektar. Advanced control, advanced workflow. When they say that, they mean that. That is exactly what it is. Now my DAW of choice, my DAW of choice is Reasons 10. That's all I use. That's all I need. I've been a user of Reasons since 3.0. I found out that 10 for me is exactly what I need. Like I said, Reasons 10 is just pretty much my overall go-to software. This is all pretty normally I use in my studio when I do anything. This is simply amazing. Dedicated Reasons control. More controls than ever. Expressive keyboard control. Amazing pads. I mean, this thing is just loaded. It's like a fucking Mercedes-Benz, just loaded full of goodies that you can ever want to have in your lifetime. Like I said, I've been using this controller for a year now, and I've through everything I could at it, and it just keeps coming back. So I had to pretty much do a gear review on this to let everybody see what I'm using and what kind of controller I use and software in my lab. Amazing, guys. It's simply amazing. The keys itself feel nice and warm to the touch. Actually, when you press them, you don't really have to press them too hard to get velocity out of them because you can set up this controller to do different things. Like I said, you don't even use your mouse. You don't even use your monitor because it already has an onboard screen already. It takes you through your banks of sound. I mean, you can just do everything. It has filter parameters, touch pads, assignment, control, support. I mean, this thing is just really, really, really one of those ones that you could see yourself using predominantly over and over and over again. Let's get up close and personal a little bit more. Guys, if you're thinking about getting this controller, you better get it. I mean, this is awesome. Then you also have the volume switch, which also is motorized. It controls on its own. You have filtering and mod wheel effects. I mean, this thing is just damn near loaded. I mean, it really is. Nektar really did a good job. So guys, you want to get this controller, you better get it. I think it retails for about $600, I believe. Check Sweetwater for a price. I believe that's what I think it's going for. And it's well worth every penny. Just want to give y'all guys a close-up on the specs. Just in case if I missed anything. Amazing controller. Amazing. Simply amazing. And it's funny because when this controller came out 10 came out, and I already had 10, and then they just came out with a controller. I was like, oh, I think that's the controller for me. And there it was. Next thing you know, I went out and got a on-stage keyboard stand and double brace, and I threw this thing on it, and I just kept on going. I'm still using this joint. I never really looked back ever since then. And like I said, reasons 10 for me is the gig, because I think 10 has everything I need, to do. Plus, I don't do VSTs a lot. I just do straight instrument to instrument, and I'm pretty much ready to go. I can just route and do anything I need to do. I fell in love with grain and Pangea and clang and just about everything that's inside. I mean, phaser and pulsar. I mean, come on. The hell, I'm Reasons for life, and it proves that, because like I said, I've been using Reasons since 3.0. And it's funny because I still have my old computer, which still has Reasons 3.0, and I upgraded to 4.0, and that computer still has 4.0. So I kind of retired that computer out, and that computer now has more capabilities than anything else that I need to have. I mean, like I say, total DAW support. It offers functional support for your muting and your panning and stuff like that. I mean, you can toggle back and forwards, and this switch here doubles as where you can mute and toggle between the tracks, so you can actually do a remix right here alone by just creating breakdowns, just right up in this area right here with all those joints. The nice VCA screen, I mean, it's just amazing, just simply amazing. The touch screen, I mean, routing transports, recall, and then you can pull up your instrument bank. You adjust for your data switch here. I mean, everything is this. You got the transport up here, parameters, total control over the part where you can stop and play and pause and record on the fly, rewind, and all that good stuff. Then you can go over to your pads and use Kong and just create a drum sample off the top. I mean, this everything that you pretty much need in a controller. The Nektar P6 is simply amazing, guys. I mean, I really can't say enough about this controller. It's been a year now, and I'm still shocked and still baffled. I knew once I saw this controller that was going to be it. I wouldn't need anything else after that. I kind of knew it, and it proves that, because look, we're in a different year now, and the years has rolled by, and I'm still predominantly using this controller. I have never bought anything else, and that includes software either. I love this mod wheel. It has where I did a effects patch on it where I just modulated and recorded it, and then I think I was using Pangea at the time, and I just kind of routed it down and made this awesome mod wheel effect. I mean, it was just awesome, and just playing the keys all around. It's just an awesome way to just go at this whole thing, and I grew up playing classical music anyway, and when I saw this controller, I was really stoked out, because at first I was going to get the Nord, and then I changed my mind. I was like, well, let me just see first, because I was going to get the I think it was the stage 3 that came out, but then out of nowhere, Nektar just like fired back and just came out with an awesome all-in-one. I was like, whoa, that is crazy. So I went online and I started looking at everybody who had one, who was getting ready, was talking about buying one, and they were just reviewing theirs, and I was like, wow, that's it. And next thing you know, I got off the internet, and I called Sweetwater up and was like, hey, look, I'm gonna need a Nektar P6. And he was like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. And it's crazy, because I said it just like that. I was like, I'm gonna need a Nektar P6 in my life. He's like, so what software are you using? I said Reason 10. He said, oh, cool, because it goes with that. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna need a PanoRama P6. And there it was. And I'm still happy still to this day, and I'm still pleased that Nektar offers good support to also, you can join the community, you can join the Reasons community, and all that kind of good stuff like that. And I support Matelius and all of them, what they do, and I'm constantly on their live streams and just checking out what's going on in the Reasons community and seeing how the software is just advancing and advancing and advancing, and it's getting more and more followers from other DAWs, shall I say. And it's crazy because to me, when Reasons first came out, I mean, folks should have been on it since then. I mean, because you're talking about a DAW that has everything that you need. You know, you don't really need a SP1200 anymore. You know, I mean, you don't really need to route and filter anything anymore. I mean, you know, for as other devices, I mean, this thing does it all. Talk about total DAW control. My goodness. Nektar PanoRama P6 is amazing. Can't say enough about this. And when I joined the group, I also, when I registered the keyboard last year, I sent Nektar a nice, good message. I told them guys, I said, guys, y'all really did something good here. You know, and it was like, welcome, Leon. Thanks. You know, you really showing your support for it. And, you know, and I'm glad that everything worked out for you. I'm like, wow, dude, if I could buy another one, I would. And they bust out laughing. It was crazy because it was like, you know, because you only need one, you know what I mean? But to have two, I was thinking about, you know, just doing some extra shit. But I was like, you know, y'all guys really did something good here, you know, and I'm pleased that y'all helped me out a lot because, like I say, they took my whole workflow and made it more simplified because of the usage of this controller, and a lot of devices that I don't have to plug up anymore. I don't have to use anymore because this already has everything that I need already inside to do what I need to do. And you have to look at it, guys, when you're buying stuff and you're looking at buying gear and stuff like that, try to buy something that's useful down the line too also. This thing really takes control of all of what you're doing. It knows what's going on in the software. You can lock the control surface to the software itself. I mean, what else could Nektar predominantly do? I'm quite sure they're probably working on something else, but for right now, this is their flagship controller. So I'm quite sure that they're doing other things, but there's a P4 too also. So if you guys don't want to get the full version, which is this is the full version, you can get the P4. But if I was you, I'd go for the P6. Depending on what kind of space you have on your workstation or your desk, because a lot of people they really clamp for space. Like I said, I use this on a on stage keyboard's double brace stand, so it's not really sitting on my desk. It's actually on a keyboard stand where it belongs. So if you're cramped for support on your desk and you don't really have a lot of real estate space, you can just get the P4. It'll fit right in control, right in the corner of your DAW. Well, next to any other device that you may have that you can use to control with your DAW, and you can still get the benefit of having it too also. So for me, I went all the way. I wanted the whole deal because for me, the P6 offers all of that, and I'm glad I did do that because when I set it all up, I really didn't understand what was going on because I was kind of new to it. But due to the fact that I knew Reasons and I knew how to control the devices, because it was kind of weird for me to have a controller that's actually controlling the software. You know, usually because I came a long way from the controller I was using, you know, and that controller didn't do anything nowhere close to what this controller can do. And I was wondering when they were going to make a controller that can actually control the DAW, so that way you wouldn't really use your mouse and be having to look at your screen a lot. You could just sit back and just play, and you're free to create. So I think that's what Nektar was going for, and they nailed it on the spot because sometimes when you're creating and you're making tracks, you really don't have time to stop and do this and stop and do that. You just kind of just want to keep on going, and and your buttons and everything accommodate that, and you can just kind of just keep on going with this station here. I mean, this thing is just the ultimate workstation I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's gorgeous to look at. A lot of people, they come in my lab and they see the controller and they look, wow, man, what is that? I did a live, and I did a 8-hour session live, and I was just showing folks how to make ambient background sounds, and I was working on my EP, and everybody in the chat room, that's all they were talking about. What controller is that? Who makes that controller? And it's crazy because I didn't really see that he had posted it, and he just kept on saying the same thing. Who makes that controller? Who makes it? So I finally saw it, and I said, wow. I said, it's a Nektar PanoRama P6. It's the only thing that you're going to need in your control room. And he was like, wow. I was like, dude, I think you should order it now. I mean, get off of my live and call Sweetwater and order it now. And it was funny because that's all they talk about. And then I'm pleased to see that everybody really does love this controller. I mean, it really does have all of what you need. And it really does deserve a long intro support. It really does. And I'm a fan of Nektar, and I was pleased that they did something to help me out, because like I say, it cut my workflow in half. Now I can really just, instead of doing one track, shit, I'm doing eight tracks a day, and it's ridiculous because I'm able to move and do everything quickly, especially with the transport stuff. I mean, it's really a no-brainer as to what it does. I'll zoom in again one more time, guys, and I'm going to end this video just to get to zoom in on the specs. So you guys can play it and see it back. And I like how it has the two USB outs too, also for your controller. One is for, it's controlling the motorized fader, and the other one is for the controller itself. And then you got 12 assignable LED buttons. This thing is a beast. That's what it looks like when it's illuminated up. I love when you control the actual effects of the unit, and then you're able to control the parameters and bring up your entire patch. It tells you what track you're on. It tells you what patch is assigned to what track. I mean, total control, guys. I mean, I really can't say enough of this controller. It has some, let me zoom in on the control itself, like I let y'all guys see some of the advanced features up front. And then when you adjust these faders, they're fader sensitive. When you adjust them, the actual motorized fader moves along with that. So when you're adjusting and you're moving up very lightly, it moves along with it, that motorized fader. That's another thing that I also like. And it remembers what you're doing when you're setting it too also. So you can literally turn the volume up and turn the volume down. Those pads are actually helpful too also because they're very, very soft, and they offer the flexible support. It reminds me of actually playing on a MPC. Really does have soft to the touch pads. I mean, very, very soft. Very, very soft trigger. Transport, also amazing. I find myself stop, start, stop, rewind, play back. And it's like I'm working so fast, and it's like the controllers is keeping up with everything I'm doing, and before you know it, the track's done and I'm finished, and I'm clicking publish. So I had to do a long review on this guy, the Nektar PanoRama P6. Amazing controller. Amazing controller. And then also with the Reason support, I do love it. Like I said, I use Reasons 10. I know guys are on other software, but for me, Reasons 10 is the ultimate. This is all I need. Like I said, I fell in love with Grain, Pangea, Clang. And but for me, like I said, 90% of my tracks are produced. I use Grain a lot. I'm a Grain baby. When they mean complete music making software, they mean that. I'm Reasons for life. Reasons for life. Guys, such amazing control all in one kitty, guys. You literally can't beat what Nektar's offering. I mean, you really can't. So y'all guys, if y'all are interested in the controller, go to Nektar And just take a look at what they have going on. They're constantly advanced. They're staying ahead of the game. And like I said, they're the only company that I know of. They're really looking out for the end user. And that matters a lot, especially when you have the client in your studio and you need to create very quickly and you don't have a lot of time to just mess around. You know, this thing is professional all the way. And shout out to Nektar and shout out to Reason Studio, because that with them two alone, they advanced in my studio a lot, and I'm creating a lot. So if y'all guys like this video, click that like button and show your support. And there's more gear review coming very, very soon. And I try to get more videos up as I can. And it's just like some things really like deserve their time to just come out, because like I said, I had this controller for a while and I just didn't do a review on it because I was having so much fun. And then even Sweetwater was like, hey, did you review your gear? Did you review your gear? I was like, oh, okay. No, I haven't done it yet. I'll do it. And before you know, the whole year went past. And he was like, oh, did you review your gear? I'm like, yeah. The only one I did a review on, I sent them back, was the preamp, the Chameleon Labs 7603 mic preamp. That's the only one that I actually did the review for. And but everything else, I was just kind of like enjoying it, you know. And I was like, wow. And then when I got to Nektar, I just fell in love with it, and I just kept on going. I just kept saying, I'm gonna sit up all night and I'm gonna study this controller and I'm gonna learn everything about this controller. Guys, I'm still learning about this controller, and it's crazy because it's been a year now. Like I said, this is Nektar's flagship controller. Y'all guys, thank y'all for y'all support, and thank y'all guys for checking me out and all that kind of good stuff. And there'll be more gear reviews coming as I get a chance to just upload stuff, because I'm in between creating my EP also. And this right here, this controller and Reasons itself helps me finish that EP. I predominantly do DeepTech and progressive house. I do also do pop rock and R&B. And like I say, with Reasons alone, you can pretty much do anything you want to do. But predominantly, I'm a DJ by trade, and I just decided to start my own production, Radioactive Sound Studios, and decided to just make my own material. I do set and do film scores for my movie, because I'm also a film director. And this controller helps me to create film scores and all sorts of tracks for my film. So, I mean, a lot of versatility is going on right here in this one particular DAW. And I just wanted to let y'all guys know how much this controller means to me, how much Nektar means to me, along with Reason. And with that being said, I'm going to be using Reasons for the rest of my life. And it proves that because I've been using Reasons since 3.0. And on that note, guys, I'm going to end this whole video. And y'all guys show your support by liking it and clicking on showing me some support and stuff like that. And then I'll also be back reviewing this controller in the middle of me creating my tracks. Thanks, guys. See you on the next review. And always, peace and love.